Man, it's been a little bit of a moment since we've spoken about Carmelo Anthony, but that's because I feel like they've been keeping their heads down. The Anthony family, they're just trying to get that money and get as much out of the people as they possibly can. So, at the very moment, there aren't that many people cheering on behind them except for one person who just cannot let this thing go. And y'all seen the intro. Y'all seen that beautiful, wonderful pink eyebrow looking troglodyte looking female that we saw just now. Okay? This is the only person who is championing this family on. I mean, I think it's the only thing that gives her any attention in life. This is why she does this so much. It's not for the money. It's not for the morality of it. It's simply because she gets attention and she doesn't really know what that feels like, bro. Like, you can't get mad at her because you had attention as a child. You had friends in high school. This bitch seems to not have any friends, anybody. So this whole TikTok campaign that she's been running, this is her lifeline, okay? And recently, she had posted up about Carmelo Anthony being enrolled into college. Now, I almost guarantee you that the family of Carmelo Anthony does not want this information to be known, but guess what? She is going to fight for what she believes in and beg for some views. And now everybody knows that this kid is going to college, man. We're going to go ahead and check this out. Sarah Fields had released this a couple of days ago. I didn't even realize it happened. The kid is now going to school, guys. Let's check this thing out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we dive right into the meat and the potatoes. You know what I'm saying? We got to get our vegetables too. We about to get the whole meal. It's about to be a full course meal here. Update. Carmelo Anthony, who is currently on house arrest for fatally stabbing Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet, is enrolled in Morehouse College online classes and is reportedly studying criminal justice. Ladies and gentlemen, aren't you just so excited for this young man? He is studying criminal justice because that's exactly who we need in the system. You know what I mean? That this is exactly the person that we need. He has firsthand experience in the criminal justice system. Shit, that's exactly what we need, isn't it? You know what I mean? Shout out Carmelo Anthony. I feel like this is a slap in the face to everybody who has a brain. It's like, one, he's not even supposed to be able to have his diploma from high school. He got it. Two, he's not supposed to be enrolled in college. He got that. You know what I mean? This is a slap in the face for anybody who thinks that what he did was wrong and he deserves to go to jail. And let's just talk about something else. They've been begging for money for Carmelo Anthony's legal fees and relocation, and his daddy ain't got no job no more, this, that, and the other. But all of a sudden, we have money for college tuition? How does that make sense? All of a sudden, we have all the money to just let him go to college. Something is not adding up, folks. Something's not adding up. Or they've been out here scamming real good lately. But let's continue. This flyer is being circulated by Carmelo Anthony supporters. Morehouse College is a private, historically black liberal arts college for men located in Atlanta, Georgia, and is estimated to cost approximately $30,000 per semester. 30, just a cool 30 ball, nothing too crazy, just per semester. How can they even afford that? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, to all the fucking morons out there who donated to this cause, you're paying for his college. You're paying for their new cars and their new house and all this other shit. And guess where all those legal fees are going to be? They're going to be right there, not being paid. And then guess what they're going to do when it comes real close to trial, when it's actually go time? They're going to start begging for money again. And y'all are going to pay for it. And y'all are gonna pay for it, bro. I feel like we need to start picking better role models and people that we want to support nowadays in 2025, bro. Of all people, you want to support this fucking. All right, cool. I mean, it is what it is. You want to support this family. Texans have wondered why a family that claims to fear being targeted has made their lives so public. This is your America. This is what she posted. Now, again, I don't believe that they wanted this to be known because there was already outrage about him graduating high school. I don't think the family wanted this to be known. But Tiffany Dumbfuck Billions, aka Troll Woman, um, she couldn't help herself because she just loves her little community of 35 people. It's quite sad. It's quite sad. But let's move forward, right? So now, because of Tiffany Dumbfuck Billions, the prosecutors got wind of this situation. And let's see what the prosecutors had to say. Again, courtesy of Sarah Fields, who uncovered this. Statement from a former prosecutor regarding Carmelo Anthony's college enrollment while facing murder charges. I have just been informed that Carmelo Anthony, who is currently facing charges for the murder of Austin Metcalf, has reportedly enrolled in online courses at Morehouse College. This development raises serious concerns from a legal perspective regarding trial strategy, jury perception, and accountability. From a legal perspective, public knowledge of this enrollment could potentially harm Carmelo Anthony's trial. The stabbing of Austin Metcalf followed a reasonable request for him to leave the tent, and publicizing educational pursuits while awaiting trial has the potential to affect how jurors may evaluate his decision making, accountability, and overall character. So, I mean, it's kind of sounding like, and this is coming from a prosecutor, you know what I'm saying? It's sounding like it's gonna hurt Carmelo more than it hurts anything else. And that's why I don't understand why his father is constantly on social media, why he makes these stupid, moronic posts about being hired by Charleston White. Praise the Lord. Sometimes I even wonder, is this the real Drew Anthony? And then I go through all those pictures and they're so intimate with the family and everything. It's like it has to be the real Drew Anthony. This man's a moron. So again, doing all this, making all these moves, I think it hurts him. It doesn't help him. It hurts Carmelo. Why are you doing this? It makes zero sense. But hey, maybe he'll know a thing or two about criminal justice when they're pinning him down in the prison bathroom. Maybe he could spit some lines to them and they'll let him go because they find him useful. This shit don't make sense to me. It continues. Jurors may view these actions as evidence of poor judgment, lack of impulse control, or disregard for rules. Publicizing such activity also has the potential to create partial bias, complacent jury selection, and threaten the fairness of the proceedings. And again, publicizing this information. That's why I said Tiffany Billions is a dumbass cave woman. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't understand how to read a fucking room. She's so excited about her 35 live stream viewers that she's not realizing that she's destroying the very case that she's trying to build up. You cannot make this shit up. We didn't hear this information from anybody but Tiffany. The Anthonys, they didn't say nothing. They were keeping it quiet. How they should have been doing it. This behavior has the potential to reinforce the perception that he is moving on with his life as if nothing happened, which could influence how jurors evaluate his character and accountability. Financially, this is a serious misstep. Money spent on college tuition instead of preparing for a defense for a murder charge demonstrates misplaced priorities. And I mean, that was the first thing that I said. You know what I mean? It doesn't take a state district attorney or prosecutor or anything to let you realize that that's a stupid financial decision. You're going to spend 30 grand. Let's not even say 30 grand. You're going to spend 15 grand to send this little dumbass to school, to college, when he's fighting for his life. He could go back, he could go to jail for a long time for this. He could get Mackenzie Shirilla numbers, good 15 to 20 years. Out here fighting for his life, but you want to send him to college. I really do not understand his parents, bro. Especially Drew. That's a dumb motherfucker right there. Clearly. Anyways, every resource should be focused on competent legal representation, expert testimony, and thorough trial preparation. Diverting funds and attention signals that the defendant may not fully grasp the seriousness of the charges. Spending money on college at this stage is reckless. His priority should be mounting a defense, not advancing a personal agenda. Actions like this are insensitive to the Metcalf family. True accountability begins with accepting responsibility and focusing on the legal process, not public gestures that could be perceived as self serving. And that's all this shit really is. That's all this really is. It's a public gesture, it's performative. Because at the end of the day, nobody would have known who he was and cared about him going to college if it wasn't for this case, right? So the fact that they're pumping it out to the world means that they know everybody's looking because of the case. In other words, you're doing this to try to get a response from people, either whether that be good or bad. But I mean, even somebody on their team should realize like this is not good. This is bad. All the way around, you're going to get a bad response from this, except for the dead brains who will just follow for no reason just because he's black or something. From a legal and ethical standpoint, promoting college enrollment under these circumstances has the potential to backfire, weakening the defense and reinforcing the prosecution's case. This is not just tone deaf, it is a decision that could materially affect the outcome of the trial. These actions highlight poor judgment and decision making that could significantly impact the outcome of his trial and be used against him in the court of law. And that's pretty much it, man. Like clearly this is a move to signify like, we're doing okay. We're doing fine. Look at you guys all mad that he stabbed Austin. Haha, he's going to college. It's some petty bullshit that your ex-girlfriend would try to pull on you. You know what I mean? It's some petty dumb shit where she'll try to like post a story because you guys are arguing and she goes to the club with her friends and she knows it's going to bother you. So she's all happy in the club just to make you see it. It's some petty ex-girlfriend bullshit. And what happens every time you do dumb antics like that? Typically, it always ends badly. You know what I mean? The stupidest maneuver I've seen in 2025 so far, man. Who knows what the Anthony family have planned for us in 2026? But until then, folks, I just want to drop that with y'all. You guys let me know what you think, man. But that was one of the stupidest moves made so far, in my opinion. Stay inside, stay safe. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Get us to 80,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 100K. I'm going to see you later. Peace.